Hello there, I'm going to take you through the new Edulink platform. We dropped you a letter just before the half term to explain that this was happening, but I thought I'd take the time to do a little bit of a tutorial so that you understand the system a little bit. We would love to hear your feedback. We've had plenty of feedback about the Sims Parent app, but we would really like to have your feedback about how this is going. So please do use the link that we've provided and to give you the feedback, and then we can continue to drive things forward. So the Edulink platform is available via a computer, but equally via a mobile device. So if you particularly want to have this signed up on your phone, you can. It's an app that you can normally just download. You don't have to download a specific one for Wilmington. It's just a generic Edulink app which you can search for Android or Apple phones. Either platform, the phone or the computer, you'll be asked for the school ID or postcode, which our postcode can be typed in, so DA27BB. You'll then be asked for a username and password. So we will provide you with the username and password for the system. If you have your phone or your login via a computer, you can choose that Remember Me box down here, which I've done, which is why you can see my details there. The login with Microsoft will be more used by staff and by students, so that's really not for the parents to use. We'll be providing you with username and password, of which you can choose Remember Me if that password is tricky to remember. Equally on your phone, it will save it on your phone, and you can usually just add a passcode, which is your normal locking passcode, to be able to access the system. Once you log in, you can see you've got an account here. I've added a fictional student, which you can see at the top here. So if you are a parent of a child or more than one children, their names will appear at the top here, and you can click up here to then see your other child if you have multiple children in the school. What won't happen at this stage is any children across WGSG and WGSB. So we're currently trialling this for the trust. If all goes well and we receive some positive feedback, then WGSB may well adopt it, but for the moment, if you have children across both schools, only the WGSG students will appear at the moment. There's a menu here once you get logged in. I'll take you through each of these. The functionality is quite simple. You can click basically on any of these icons and then the same system gets you back to the beginning. So let's start with account info. It allows you then to look at the information of your child here. Again, this is a fictional student. There'll be much more information on your screen when you look at this, but it gives some really key information: admission date, numbers, year group, date of birth, etc. It will give the form group, the house, the form tutor name, all those really key details that you want to know. You'll notice there, once I was in account info, I clicked on this button on the left here, this back button. It's the same layout all the way through, so once I click that back button, it takes me back to the original menu. We then have the document section. Again, nothing for me here because I've got a fake student account, but all of the grade round reports that get sent home will appear here rather than the Sims Parent app if you're a parent of your year 8 to 11 student. So that should be nice and easy to access. You can download it as you normally would, and again you can access that on your phone. Back to the main menu. Our next item here is the timetable. So you're able to see the timetable of your child. Again, I know I keep saying it, but just to make it really clear, it's a fictional student, so I haven't been able to allocate to classes. Otherwise, I'm sure you can imagine the staff will be really confused as to why a student has suddenly appeared on their register for today. But it will allow you to see what they've got on for the day. You can see on the top right here, you've got Thursday or Friday. So because we only came back yesterday, you can only see Thursday, but you can normally see the whole week there to see what they've had for the week. You can also look ahead. So if you're looking at particular weeks, if you are trying to fit in pickups and drop-offs, etc., you can see where things happen. It only goes so far, 2 weeks in advance, I think, but it allows you to have a look at the time ahead and see what's going on and when. Again, I'm going to click the button on the left to go back to the main menu. We then have the update information tab. We know that sometimes data collection sheets can be quite tricky to get some key information or some really quick updates. So this should really help with that. Once I click on the update information tab, you can see my details as a contact. you can see that I can change any of these here. I can add phone numbers, I can add addresses if things have changed. What I can then do is really quickly I can update. So I've done it already here, but I can update to have a new email address, which I'm just going to do a fake one. And then when I click save, you can see it says, oh, needs to update that to work. It says that review is pending. The school will now review this change. So that allows then the school for us to have a quick look. We can check to make sure that that all fit on the system and that works. We can then agree the change, which then goes through. The other piece of information you can change, you can then look at the student. So if I look at the student themselves, I can't change any of the legal parts. Obviously, I can't change date of birth, things like that. But I can change preferred forename and surname. Please do contact the school if you're doing that as well, just so that we're aware as well. But again, I can change dietary needs. I can look at the medical conditions that may have come through. I can update any of these. Travel mode. You can then look at parental consent. So if anything changes in terms of medication, internet access or photographic consent, all of that can be changed in the system. We then get a notification that a change has come through and we can then agree it. You'll then see that be updated, if I go back to the main menu, in that context tab here. Attendance can also be seen, so you will be able to look at the statutory academic year and you'll be able to see the current attendance figures. We know or have had some feedback that the Sims Parent app, particularly the attendance on there, sometimes wasn't particularly accurate, is the feedback we've had. So you'll be able to see the attendance on here, and again, if there was absences in this list, in this box here, you'll be able to see where the absences happened, the date of them, the description that came in, just so that we are all aware and there's transparency about the attendance system. The school operates a rewards and sanctions policy, and for this box here, the achievement box, you'll be able to see any achievements that have been given. So I've got a test comment in there that you can see that's been allocated to the fake student, so you can see that there's been 2 points achieved. It shows you the date, it shows you the reason behind that, and then you've got your total achievement points at the bottom of the screen. We're going to trial this with achievement points only at the moment. It is a new system to us. We want to make sure this is right. So we're going to trial with achievement points so we can celebrate all the good. At the moment, we won't be showing the behaviour points on there, but obviously we'll still be making sure we communicate those with you. We want to make sure we roll out this in the right way at the right time and make sure that it's fit for purpose. So we're doing the achievement points to start with. Again, we'd love your feedback on that to see if that's working really well, if we need to tweak that further, and then we will uncover the behaviour section a little bit later on once we get to that stage. I hope that's all nice and clear. If you do have any questions, feel free to contact the school. We hope you enjoy the platform and it is more useful than some of the other platforms that you may have been using. But again, please do give us your feedback. Please do let us know what you think about it so that we can continue to drive this forward.